Hello everyone, Mr. Science Mover here. I've been a programmer for a while now, and I have a lot of different programs installed on my computer, but recently my laptop got stuck in a boot loop and I had to factory reset it to get it to boot properly. Luckily, all of my data was backed up, but it really made me think about what programs I need to reinstall and how often I use them. After boiling down my list, I've come to 3 programs that I think everyone, even if you're not a programmer, should have. Let's start with my preferred text editor. I use Sublime Text 3 to open most files. This program works wonders and is way better than your standard notepad. If you've ever encountered a file you really wanted to open but couldn't, Sublime Text 3 has got you covered. It can open your regular TXTs just fine, but in general it pretty much ignores file extensions and just opens the file. If the data stored there is plain text, then it's there for you to see. Notepad itself relies on the TXT extension to ensure that all characters in the file are correct, whereas Sublime Text 3 does not. This gives you much more control over what you can open, with the only trade-off being that sometimes it doesn't work, although in those situations it's likely that you need a more specific tool. I use Sublime Text 3 to write my own Python and Bash scripts, but you can also use it to open formatted JSONs and just about anything. Up next is AstroGrip. If you've never used a Linux machine before, you probably have never heard of its built-in grep command, but it's sort of magic. Let's say you have a list of files, and you want to find every file that contains the word apple. Well, under normal circumstances, you'd only be able to search for the file name of any given file, and you just have to guess, by that, whether the word apple appeared in it. Then you'd have to open it, probably with Sublime Text 3, and Ctrl F for the word. AstroGrep does all that for you. This program will let you search the contents of any folder for a specific word. So if you want to find what files have the word apple in them and precisely where, you just search using AstroGrep and it'll spit it out for you. Beautiful. Lastly, we have a program called Winderstat. This program has more niche applications, but I always find myself needing it at some point. When you run Winderstat, it will analyze any folder for you, including potentially an entire drive, and show you a visual representation of how much space is being taken up in that folder. That way, you can manually clear out anything that's taking up a bunch of space that you don't need. No point in going through your downloads folder one by one if each file is only 1 kilobyte, but maybe that 20 gigabyte installation of Overwatch that you forgot about and you haven't played in months can go. Winderstat will let you know. And those are my top 3 recommended programs that everyone should have. I guarantee if you have these installed, you'll find yourself using each of them at least once. In the worst case, it's always nice to have them there, and you can always come back to this video if you need one in particular. That's it for me, and until next time, have a good one everybody.